Happy Sunday, my beautiful friends out there. It's, what is it, the 21st? Yeah, January 21st. We are almost finishing the first month. Well, it's actually not the first month. It's, the new year starts with the Mother's Nature's count and clock. So we are still in that old year, and many of you, oh my gosh, I got so many messages saying, how the energies have been kind of heavy and it's just kind of like it's strange. And I totally hear you. I feel the same way. It's been kind of very interesting. So it's times, for great times for reflections, for studying, for finishing the old year and gearing up for the new year. Today I want to talk about something very interesting. It's going to blow your mind. I made a post, so I'm just waiting for people to tune in. I made a post the other day. Hi Gloria, hey you guys, hey Joe. Great to see you all here, that we are private bankers. And are you ready for that assignment? Let's call it assignment, okay? Because it's just mind-blowing. And the more and more people I talk to, it's just so critical that we step into this completely different mindset, because we were for eons, for generations, we were literally just pressed down. We were suppressed through the school system, through the medical establishment, through the organized religions, through just the way how we've been raised, because our parents were raised the same way, just constantly, squishing and putting you down and making you feel limited, and none of that is true. So today I want to talk about something super exciting and really great, because what I see is a lot of victimization out there in just the society and with people, and a lot of the truth seekers and the warriors and the patriots, especially with the patriotic society or community, that it's like they did this and they did that to us, and they took this from us, and they and I used to be like that too, and you remember, whenever you are pointing the finger on something else, that's when you are playing a victim. You are surrendering your power. So I was really observing that, reflecting on that, and realized that that's really stripping us of our powers. And what I really started to look at things in a different way. Remember that perception is everything. The way how we are looking at things, that's the way how things will be looking back at us. So instead of being, this victim and debtor and kind of being powerless, and there's no solution, and the sky is falling, and this is a bad world, and it just goes on and on. And what it does, it's designed like that to just keep us contracted, to keep us small, right? And now it's like so daunting, and now we are dragged down to the low vibrational frequencies, and now just we feel kind of stuck, right? And it's just kind of like this just there's no hope. But it's not true. See, everything that has happened, and I'm not endorsing anything that happened, but it did happen, right? So when we are talking about the money, they took our lawful money. We were born into a bankrupt, inverted, totally inverted society. And so we don't know any other way. And so we have a choice: either accept it, what it is, or completely remove ourselves from it. And I know people who've done it, and who, most of the people unfortunately struggle. They live in total poverty. They don't, many of them just don't seem really to be enjoying their journey here. And I think that we really need to look at it from clever and from informed and educated standpoint. So since there is no money to pay for anything, the establishment had to create remedy for the people, and it's there. It's just that we, the people, we were busy. We didn't read. We didn't get ourselves educated. And then people say, oh yeah, well, they didn't teach us. The school didn't teach us, and that's once again the pointing the finger that it's someone else's job. No one forced us or our parents to push us through the school system, through the public school system, which was, by the way, designed to teach us tons of bullshit and never really learn the truth, critical thinking, how to research, how to properly comprehend who we are in the position as far as the debtor or the creditor, right? When everything is there. All the laws, all the information is out there. So once again, we have to step into that standing of, hey, listen, I was seeking information somewhere else, and now I'm looking in the right places, right? So I found something so incredible and so empowering. We have to remember that they created this everything has to be in harmony, right? So we have the common law that deals with the common sense and with providing remedy to the living men and women. Well, when they move the system into the world of contracts and the legal law and all the legalese, and there's almost like parallel society of corporations, right? So that's all we have. So we have corporations which are fiction. So it's a fictional world. So the UCC has to be actually in harmony with the common law. And I believe that's UCC 1-103.6. It's been removed since from the UCC, which is the Uniform Commercial Code, but it's there. One of my friends actually mentioned, I believe that it's the third edition, Anderson's third edition. So you will find it there, and it will tell you that the UCC has to be in harmony in the common law. So the world of contracts and everything they are doing has to be in harmony. So they are basically telling us everything, okay? Everything is there. It's codified. It's in this article of UCC, all these specific sections. So today I want to show you, and I want to discuss this article. So it's UCC, standing for Uniform Commercial Code, Article 4A 105, okay? When we are talking about who is the banker, who is the bank. So I have my computer here, my laptop, and we will go on and we will do just, Google search, or you can do DuckDuckGo, whatever you like. And we will look up UCC 4A-105, okay? And what comes up is other definitions, okay? So it's really great to go and make yourself familiar through all these definitions. So under the definitions in UCC, Article 4A 105, Section 2 talks about bank. Who is bank? Bank means a person engaged in the business of banking, and includes a savings bank, savings and loan association, credit union, and trust company. A branch or separate office of a bank is a separate bank for purposes of this article. So bank means a person engaged in the business of banking, okay? So then what we will do is we will look up what is a person, okay, under the same UCC. So we go back into search and we do person, this is what I'm putting, person definition UCC. Okay, let's see if it comes up with that article I'm looking for. It shows 102, and let's see if it takes us there. And that's again definition. So that's Article 5, 102 definitions, and I'm looking for the definition of person. Okay, issuer, record, presenter. No, it doesn't show me. I didn't go through this one in great length. But you see, all of these articles have different, have their own definitions. But I know the one that has it. It's Article 1, 201. Okay, so we will go into UCC 1-201. Okay, and it's general definitions. And we are looking for the definition of a person. Okay, so there actually, that's where also you have the definition of a person as well. So you can also find it under UCC 1-201, Section 4. Bank means a person. Okay, and then it's underlined. So it means that you can just click on it and it will take you to the Section 27. Person means an individual, corporation, a business trust, estate, trust, partnership, limited liability company, association, joint venture, governmental subdivision, agency, or instrumentally public corporation, or any other legal or commercial entity. So person is not really the living man or woman, what we thought or would think and would make us believe, right? So this is the legalese. So person is an individual, corporation, business, or a trust or estate. Now, people will say, well, individual, right? But if you also look up the word individual, it takes you actually back that it's the meaning of a person. You have to comprehend something, okay? This is like a puzzle. This is like pieces of a puzzle that we are putting together, how everything nicely fit. So if you know that individual is person, basically the same thing, looping right back in, corporation, business, trust, and estate, okay? So here we have it. So who is a bank? Bank means a person, which is a corporation, trust, or estate engaged in the business of banking. Now, I've done plenty of videos through exposing the mortgage fraud, showing you how money is made. How is money made? When we are basically living in bankrupt, inverted financial system. We do not have money of exchange, which is the physical money, gold, silver, or whatever we define of value. But we have money of account. So money is basically it's a paper. Everything is made through the paper, through instruments. So who is bank? Bank means a person, which now we've learned through the UCC 1-201, Section 27, that it's a corporation, estate, or trust. Individual, meaning person, same thing. So what are they talking about? They are talking about the trust that's been created on our behalf, right? So that's that. And how was the trust created? That's the, because you have the certificate. You have the certificate called the birth certificate. That's the trust. Okay. So if I'm looking into, if you look at any legal, any financial documents, any statements you receive, you will think that they are coming to you, to the living man and woman, to, in my case, Lenka Koloma, upper and lower case, but they are not. They are always coming into my estate right here. And I covered my, my address, but here is that trust. Okay. That's a statement. Okay. That's a billing. Okay, so that's coming to the estate. It's coming to the corporation. That is what? That is creating. It's the person that is involved in the business of banking, because that person, okay, this person, that trust, is creating the money of account. And we will say, how? Whenever that trust name is on any document, which basically turns into an instrument, okay, there is the trust account number, which is in this case the Social Security account number, okay, and then your signature turns it into instrument, okay, into collateralized instrument, okay. That is then exchangeable for the Federal Reserve notes, which we know are obligations of the United States pursuant to 18 USC Section 8. So now, why am I saying it? So I made a post that we are all private bankers, because we are not the person, but we have the person, which is really the corporation, the trust, the business engaged in business of banking. We are banking. Anytime we put our name, the trust name, with its associated number, the trust number, which is the Social Security number, and our signature, now that's creating an instrument. That's creating money. That's money of account. So now, when we get our statements, like a credit card, okay, this will blow your mind, you private banker, okay, you get your statement. So what is really a statement? That's basically a report of all the securities that you've created. Okay, so in my case, I get this statement from Citibank, okay, Citicard, and it basically has, you know, the trust name, Lenka Koloma, all capital letters, and the minimal payment due. And then on the next page, it has all the securities that I've created. Okay, all the securities that I've created. How did I create the securities? Well, when I went for a dinner, okay, and I signed for that bill. When I went to Home Depot and I bought stuff, and I signed for that bill, which is already prepaid account based on that trust account. Okay, so at the end of the month, here is a statement of all the securities that been created. And then the most beautiful part comes is, so what is this bottom part? That is detachable, okay? You know what it is? So when I detach it, because it has, look, it has, actually this one was printed, I printed it from online, but usually it should have numbers like a check. It is a check. So it would have the routing number and the check number, everything is on the bottom. So we detach that, that's to be detached, okay? So I detach it, and now, okay, there is a lot of speculations, but what this is, okay, this is a check. This is a check not to set off the balance or the statement that we received, but this is actually the interest that's been earned on those securities that you've created every time and with every purchase you made on that prepaid trust account. So this is the interest that not for you to pay, but for the bank to pay you, okay? That's what they need to pay you. What I was going to say, there were some discussions, you know, when you get these to accept it for value, then put the amount of the statements. No, this is actually the interest earned on the security. So I just wanted to confirm it. Now, what is very interesting is that you know, we haven't been taught how to properly stand in the private banker position, that title we have, that right that we have in current system. And when we do, we are actually reducing the national debt, because now we are properly processing all these presentments for proper set of discharge and termination. The only catch is that these banking institutions that are not really banks, we think that bank is like some great building with a vault and they have tons of money in there, right? And we know that this is not true. So these banks are really, they are security transfer agents, STAs. I call them STAs. So they are basically in business of purchasing and selling those securities. And who are they purchasing it from? From you. So every time you create that security, that promissory note, that application for a loan, and it can be for credit card, it can be for car loan, it can be for business loan, it can be for student loan. All these loans, they are not loaning you any money. And we've done plenty of videos on the mortgage, where I was taking you through the journey. It's the all same thing. The only difference is that with these credit cards, it's basically opened, meaning open-ended account that it's revolving. You basically agree, and maybe I will do another video where I will talk about those specific laws under which it's codified under their own laws. That basically when you give them the application and they open the account, it's based on your credit. So it's already prepaid. And then you go throughout the month and you make your purchases and you make the securities. Or sometimes you don't have to, because that's under it basically that your digital signature is okay when you just press okay, or you do it on their terminal. So that's prepaid. So they have us all trained that when we receive these they are not bills, they are presentments of how we did, how good bankers we were for the month. And it's now for us to properly instruct that institution that they do their fiduciary duty that they are supposed to do, to properly set it off and bring it to zero. Okay, to zero. So then you have another, I don't know what your credit limit is on this card. It's like $25,000 that you can, that every month it zeroes out. And every new month you start creating more securities with your signature. It's very interesting. I would wonder how they process it on the when with the receipts, like what happens to those receipts as you go to restaurants and you go to make purchases. Like what do those vendors do with those receipts? I really do not know, but we know that the statement is actually a report of all the securities that were created throughout the month. So go and study, people. Go and study. Take out your computers and research these codes that really tell you that you are a private banker, that you are not a person. You have a person, which is a corporation, a state, a company, trust company that's engaged in business of banking. And what that really means is banking means that you are creating these securities, that you are creating these money of accounts. And now it's time that we start training all these STAs, the security transfer agents, to do their job. You see, we can complain and we can fight the system all we want, but what about we just train the system to do what they are supposed to do so we can benefit from it, right? And start bringing the national debt down until it zeroes out completely. And then we people decide, well, do we want to go back to gold and silver? Do we want to go to back to something? Do we want to go to something different? Then we decide. But for now, this is what we have to work with. And I think it's very exciting. It's not really frightening because remember, knowledge is power. But it does require that we really shift the mindset, that we start really looking at it as, hey, it's a remedy, right? It's a remedy that had to be provided to us in order to make it legal. You see, they couldn't just take money and leave us with nothing, with no way to pay for stuff, because that would be, even in their terms, illegal. So everything is legal. Everything is made for to provide for people's remedies, and now people just have to learn how to operate as the private bankers we are. So super exciting news, guys. I will continue to make more videos, start breaking things up, also showing you how I am handling some of these affairs. So super exciting, and I will see you in the next video. Sending much love.